עכשיו. מכל מה שהתחלת ועברת, אני חושב שלכולם יש איזה מחנה משותף. זה היה מחקר מפרופילים בהתחלה של מתכת, מפרופילים מסוימים, עבר לחומר קצת יותר קשה, שזה היה PMMA, לוחות פרספקס, מה שאתם קוראים להם, וגם כן להגיע לכל מיני קונפיגורציות. אני חושב שנפלת מה שנקרא בדיוק בזמן עם החומר הגמיש הזה, ואז הרגשת באמת את האתגר. מצד אחד, החופש שהוא נותן לו מבחינת תנועה וגמישות, sorry again for Hebrew, we are coming to English in a second, וגם האתגר של איך אני מתמודד ברכיבים, מתמודד עם נפח תאורה, בעידן של תומאס אלווה אדיסון כבר פסה, כבר אין גוף אחד שמקרין כמעט ב-360 מעלות מסביב, ועכשיו נשאר לנו לעשות את הדיפיוזר, כלומר זה שקולה את האור וממנו נשפך. אנחנו עם אותם לדים סטריפים מציירים, מפסלים את הגופים, כלומר אתם תראו שבכלל, דיברנו על זה, כל הרעיון של עיצוב גופי תאורה משתנה עם הרכיב שנכנס פנימה. עכשיו פה קרה משהו מאוד מעניין. הרכיב, עכשיו אני מדבר על הרכיב הפלסטי, הפוליפרופילן בסטריפים, בקונפיגורציה שהגעת אליהם, ובאסתטיקה שאמרנו, זה הפיס עכשיו, אני רוצה להעיר אותו, מביא אתגר חדש. מצד אחד, הנפח הזה שנוצר פה הוא לא נפח סגור, הוא נפח פתוח. הליירים, שכביכול הרעיון של פתוח וסגור, יכולים היו להישאר בדרגת הגימיק, או בדרגת וואו, הנה זה באמת עושה את הפילטרים, אבל אני הצבתי אותו. אין פה אפשרות ללקוח לשחק עם זה. כן, רגע, אני מגיע לפואנטה. ומה יהיה הרכיב שיעיר את כל האלמנט? ופה, דווקא שאתה חושב שהסטריפים של הלדים יכולים לעבוד עם הקו, כי הם גמישים, הם לא כבר הגוף המרכזי, דווקא פה זה בעצם חוטא למטרה, הוא עושה, בוא נגיד, חוטא לפרויקט, ומעיר אותו ישירות לעיניים, ולא מאפשר את זה. אבל הפתרון הוא כל כך קרוב. בדיוק כמו שדמיינת ובדיוק כמו שרצית, העולם של הלדים והרכיבי תאורה מתפתח כל יום. יש לנו סטריפים של לא לדים בנקודות, אלא ממש פרוז'קטורים קטנים כאלה. פס של 40 מילימטר, 50 מילימטר, שיושב בטכנית שלו, ברווח שאתה מקצה לו בין שני הרכיבים. הוא נסתר שם ושופך את האור לתוך החלל. כלומר, רק אם אנחנו נעמוד באמת בזווית פנימה, נוכל לראות אותו. זה פתרון אחד, יש עוד הרבה פתרונות שחלקם העלו פה. אני חושב שהרעיון מאוד יפה לפתח את הדבר הזה למשהו נפחי יותר גדול, אבל בעיניי המכלול של 1, 2, 3, אם המערכת לא עובדת בשלושה מהלכים פשוטים, גם בסיגמנט הראשון שלו, אז הבעיה נגררת. הטעות זה כמו לעשות טעות בתרגיל מתמטי, זה מזכיר לי את הילדות שלי עם הדיסלקציה. כל הנוסחה אני יודע לעשות אותה טוב, אבל טעיתי בין 8 ל-6, או בין, הבנת את הרב? ואז הטעות היא נגררת גם לשקלול הגדול יותר בסופו של דבר. אין טעות באמת, כי אני רק התבלבלתי במספר ולכתוב אותו. אז זה לא משנה כמה אנחנו נגדיל את זה, זה יכול לעבוד גם באחד מבחינתי. אם אנחנו פותרים את הרכיבים כמו שצריך מבחינת המכלול, יש לך יופי של פיס ביד, כמובן זה ברור שזה לא המוט הדרגה הזה וזה לא השאלות האלה, והמכלול לא הגיע, אז ההפגנת יכולת של החומר בשילוב תאורה, עם האסתטיקה שיצרת שם, מבחינת הנפילה, לא לאלץ אותו למשהו שאנחנו רגילים ומכירים כל מיני ליירים שנאספו, זה עוד התחיל בשנות ה-70 של לייר ארמדילו כזה, כן? של גופי תאורה, אבל לא בחן הזה שהחומר הדק יודע להבין. יופי של תהליך עשית, תודה רבה. כן, כזה. הולה. Are you ready? Yeah!
אבל לא נורא, זה אומר,
Everything. Present yourself from where.
Okay, my name is Aleksandra Kozłowska. I study interior design on Academy of Fine Arts in Warsaw, Poland. And my project is based on metal plastic and crystal paper. So first, I studied the texture, density, and ability of crystal paper, especially in the case of cuts and how it can create shadows and leave open space for light, like positive and negative space. And I experimented with giving paper different density by squishing it or doing multiple folds by needle and also cutting it by hand. And here are some of the sketches I made during the first few steps of the project. And after a while, I came to the conclusion that this specific design I started going into is something I want to keep, which is this tissue-like, muscle-like structure that got me into thinking about ważka, which in Polish means dragonfly. Or if we use it differently in a sentence, it can mean that something is very light and delicate. That's actually what perfectly describes my project. And I also studied how the cuts can shape the material, how differently it feels than a normal sheet of paper. And I chose to keep the best properties of these two materials I could think of. So for paper, I decided to keep the structure and the ornament I created, and from the plastic, I kept the translucency that can make the light be more soft and that's not striking our eyes. And also, I forgot, one of the things I wanted to keep is the shape that is very portable. Because I thought about the transport in mass production, but also in my case, taking it back home. So I bended it in ways that the cellulose bonds are still keeping their shape, but it can be unglued here and I can make it flat and fold it to make it smaller than A4 format.
So this is the reason for the square.
It came at the end. It was one of the things I worked on first, and then I experimented with cylinders. Then, afterwards, I worked with, this is metal plastic. It's also cut in this way. And I thought maybe this would be better material to keep for the body of the chandelier. But there are properties some materials have and some don't. And with it, in this case, it was hard to keep it in the position that I wanted to. So I decided not to fight with the material, just to use the one that already have this property. It's all cut by hand in all of it. Yeah. No, this is metal plastic. Mm-hmm.
Where it's definitely with dragonfly, the shape, the organic shape, and the light of it. I think the square is not doing it very
organic shape. The organic shape.
Yeah. It's kind of a conflict between the inside shape and the dragonfly, and the square is too tough and too geometric. So I think this shape is not maybe free, maybe different. I don't know. It's more less conflict between the total shape square and the inside. Delicate, interesting, organic dragonfly, which is very beautiful. And the light itself, the bulb in the middle. I see what you mean about the transparency that you wanted to achieve. It's very working. And the only thing I think about that's bothering me is the only the square. It's much better. I think it could be the government, but also find a way to transfer the fluid. Think about it. Also, you know, the straight line in the top and the end, you're doing so many delicate work with the cutter, with the knife. I'm asking myself, why did you? I understand the top. I understand the straight line of the top, but I'm not sure that in the end, this kind of thing should maybe could grow a little bit outside.
All right, thank you.
I have another conflict in mind. You talk about the shipment and the industrial way to product that, and think about the you do it by hand, right?
Yeah, but it can be by laser cutting. which
Okay,
we
so
don't
this
have
is like
any
this is like they okay, that's what I want to hear.
But also,
Yes.
I think it brings something to the project because every single one of them is cut differently.
Yeah,
In a way,
but if you do it
It
by
can be
hand,
conflict,
to
but
do it
also
like in industrial way, it's more difficult because it's to do every one of them. And another thing, I think that
Again, I didn't understand what you said.
she said that she want to do it like in an industrial way
Okay.
to make it to production and to shipment, right?
That every one of them will be different.
And if she do every one of them by hand, it's less industrial for the production. It's less effective, let's say. And I think another point is maybe combine layers. If you do like layers inside, maybe parts can be darker, parts can be lighter, and then we can add another drama. But it's a cool project.
Voila. If I may, it's more input as a private, how אומרים, משוב באנגלית? Yes, I would like to talk more as a private feedback, yes, for the project. Yes?
okay.
I am thrilled and happy, and איך אומרים, הרווחתי, זכיתי, I won that you came to this course. It was really my pleasure working with you because it was like teaching me a whole few tools that I didn't have, and maybe I would never have ever something like what you have. It was for me a beautiful surprise seeing her working. The state of mind of Ola in the process was totally different from what we are experiencing or having here in Israel, that everything is very intense and very, you need to jump from this point to this point very quickly. The process and her gentle, you can see in her work, and it's really amazing. The gentle touch of you touching every piece of material along the process, the decision that you did, using paper, sticking to paper, investigating the paper in such deepness you don't see what was in the beginning and along the way. There is not enough words to describe it. Really. So it's not like a big jumps, but the gentle jumps between, okay, if it will be, did you see this mesh of holes that she did in the paper that brought it a new life? It's a new material now. So it's like small samples of what she processed in the way. So like the one of them, stitching a paper in different places, and one side of the paper becomes alive, the other one still rigid. Coming back to the amazing, right? Amazing. So thinking about something like this, you need
You paint it, everyone.
come close to the wall and see this kind of one piece. Coming back to this decision in according the schedule of the course. So from the first lesson to never mind which one we decided we are investigating. The lesson that we got into results, we are jumping deeper in one of them. This is kind of the process. And the התחייבות, מחויבות, או איך אומרים? מחויבות, התחייבות. Commitment to the process from her side to the process that I brought with this course was really something to hug, because it's rare that it went like hand by hand all the way, and the results are remarkable. In my opinion, what we are presenting now is a language of aesthetics, as you said, Wulska. Pashka, it's a Pashka, it's a fire dragon, like she said. The second, dragonfly. The second she said dragonfly, everything like drops. It isn't the forest as we investigated. She continued in the gentle of her touch, deeper in the aesthetics, investigating the type of, not insects, but animals, yes, with the beautiful wings, thank you, and the beautiful, amazing structure that only nature knows to do. Minimum structure, minimum material. This is the amazing thing of the nature that we always try to imitate. Minimum mass of material, maximum structure. This is nature. You can't, you can compete it. You only want to learn it. And now the thing. Remind me your name, so. Daniel. Connecting with what Daniel said, because it's like very beautiful. It's pitch perfect. I want to do it as a master, as a industrial process. And in the industrial process, combining AI, combining all these beautiful tools that knows to take what they don't have, the amazing ability and creativity of the designer. I want this aesthetics put into an AI, and now put me endless files. You are listening?
Yes.
Endless files for cutting while using the movement of the wing of the dragonfly. So exactly, we can use it with the layers and maybe, give it more deepness. We can do it in any shape, and I agree, these more shapes, freedom, but you decide about transportation, and it's agreeable. Everything is like, for my opinion, second important than the aesthetics, the language that you develop in your very special, beautiful, gentle way. Thank you very much.
If I just ask a few words about this, first our material, and as I see it's a project that it's very close to be industrial, and come from the industrial, and I think in the industry matter, and it's look, of course, very beautiful, very delicate, and interesting, but as it's kind of simple to produce this mass production. with a few techniques. You don't have to scissor it by scissor, you have to cut it in different ways. The work with paper, it's a good idea for the beginning, but I think in mass production we have to talk about our material, our plastic, we already experienced it. There is a problem with the folding of it. Paper it's better folded than plastic, but it can be solved. And the idea of the square, actually, it's, even though it's less suitable for plastic, I think it's more beautiful than the round. The round is better for the plastic, but one could say that it's go against the delicate of the material, the squareness, but I think this object, or this this conflict between the shapes, this is what makes it more beautiful. And of course, it could be done in different shapes, the same idea, and it could be a very, very interesting project.
Thank you. I'll keep that in mind.
You don't need break, right? We have another two.
Go for it.
Go for it, right?
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah. So,